Mm-hmm.
Although I've tried my best to make this somewhat visually appealing.
What is the name of this campaign we're currently running?
So I call it Fargo Traders. I
Yeah.
was also struggling to think of a name of it, but like there's just nothing that works. Galaxy's Rim, Edge of the Union. I don't know. I couldn't find anything that worked. I'm open to suggestions.
Maybe the captain should name our damn company.
I mean, you're just a mercenary group. I guess you could be named something. I would assume they'd just log you under the name of the ship, though.
I have arrived.
Ah, nice. Welcome. Anna?
What?
Oh, is it not showing up? Oh, there it is. Cool. Alright.
There we are.
Can somebody at Sparkles for me?
I can do such a thing. Uh,
If we need to, I don't mind pushing the start time back to like 6:30, but it's probably better to keep it at 6 anyway, so we can fool around and talk and stuff until we have to start.
mm-hmm.
That way it doesn't cut into game time. Lucky for you, I've been very excited about this, so I've actually like written a campaign arc for the session.
Nice.
What about now? Does it say I'm streaming now?
Yes, it does.
There we go.
Yata!
That's
Yaho
Yeah.
yawa! Yaho watashi wa katuze!
What?
Yaho watashi wa katuze.
I don't know Moonspeak.
It means I am victorious.
Yeah,
But
I figured.
literally, like, my name is Victory.
Sparkles has been reminded.
Ah, good. Hecking fricking heck. I suck at time. It's all good. Like I said, or like I will probably say to her again, like, it's all good.
I can't seem to get the camera, the preset camera thing to work in a way that like rotates fast.
In your options, like you have to hit escape configuration. Let's see here. Interface.
Because there's look speed.
Alright. So, you go to the interface tab, go to MISC, then camera load spin rate.
Okay, so we'll set that to 1,000.
Yeah, that'll make it real fast.
I hope it makes it instant.
And make sure to hit apply. And yeah,
Ah, there we go. That's exactly
for
what
you?
I'm looking for.
cool.
Now I can make myself
good.
sick, and I only have myself to blame.
Cole crashes out after switching his screen too many times in a row.
Nah, my computer's too good for that now.
Ah, that's good.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright, so the server is up, by the way, in case you didn't know, Fishy.
I wonder how many R clicks is enough to completely randomize your dice rolls.
I like to
I'm
hit
pretty
it
sure it's
once.
RNG if you do it once, yeah.
I like to
Either
hit
way.
it once to get it up in the air, and then while it's in the air, I hit it a bunch of times. Just to really spin
really
it the
shake
fuck
them up.
around. Yeah. I don't know if that does any difference, but it just makes me feel better about it.
Yeah.
At most, getting them up off the table so they'll do full rotations will help, but anything else, shit.
Yeah, the fudge dice have really weird, like, lighting effects
They
on
kind of
them.
do. They're weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old ones looked better, but everyone couldn't see them for some reason, so... so these are what we have.
No, sorry.
We could
I was
use
working on
regular...
trying to fix it, but you just replaced them, so.
No, it's fine. It didn't work for mine, and it probably wouldn't have worked for other people, and it would have just been a whole big ordeal.
It could have been a problem of, like, we had to download something, or is everything
Uh,
downloaded when you get into the
This game has a lot of weird quirks, where sometimes when you join the game, it doesn't download a resource properly. Like it'll work for everyone else except for one person or two people for some reason. You know, it's just really weird. My guess is that like wherever they uploaded the asset, like too many people tried to download it in too short of a period, and it like blocked future downloads after that.
Mm.
And so like some people aren't hosting it on like the best things. Like I don't know about if mine is or not, but the things that I make I host on MediaFire because it just tends to be really reliable.
Google Drive is pretty decent.
I think you can use that. The real trick is you have to have something that has a URL with .png or .whatever.
Oh, so
file
it's
type
something
is
to
in
do
the
with the
URL.
game. I see.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Because heaven forbid you actually just upload something to the workshop and have it go from there.
Yeah, just be normal.
They do allow you to use your own Steam cloud storage to put files on, but you know that's limited unless you want to buy a lot of it. And you can, for testing purposes, load assets from your local computer, but nobody else can see them.
That's what I like to do.
Oh, there's a notebook in here.
Yeah.
Link.
Keep notes under your own color so that no one else can look at them or edit them.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, that.
What happens when I try?
It probably got
You're one-
deleted.
Oh, right, I probably put it after that. Hold on. Let me draw another. Where is drop?
The Colossus has arrived.
Am I out of bounds?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he doesn't need to type anymore. That's handy.
Up.
I think the spaceship's what missing.
She's here in spirit, but she's not here. Oh,
Oh,
wait, no,
oh.
she is here.
She's in the...
I'm here.
Welcome,
Nice.
welcome.
I need to
It's
disable
under-
that part of streamer mode. Like,
What?
when you're streaming, it disables your Discord notifications.
Uh-huh.
So, streamer mode. Enable streamer mode.
Me.
Oh, nice VR headset.
Yeah, thanks.
Alrighty, nice.
I accidentally made a wall over there. Hold on.
What are you doing?
I put a square on the map. My square. I don't know how to delete that in VR, so I'm just not going to.
How did you even get over here?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I can drag myself across.
Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
across the table, but can you drag yourself across empty space? Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
off
you
he
can.
goes.
There he goes.
Off into the void.
I'll try not to go into it.
How are you doing, Sparkles?
I'm good. I was just out watering the plant.
Ah. Plant Vasa.
There we go. I fixed my dice.
What did you do to them?
I don't know. I like shook them around a whole bunch, and they're rolling positive now, so I'm gonna leave them.
Ah,
Now
yes.
charged with positive energy.
Positive
Alright.
fudge energy.
So has everybody got everything loaded in? Everybody's reacquainted with their their area.
Yeah, I'm fine. We should get a stool, honestly, so I can be more immersive in this.
Probably a better idea, you know, because you don't want to be standing there
The
for.
whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Okay. I know where a stool is. Just let me
Yeah, no problem.
walk over
Yeah.
there with my VR headset on. And hopefully I don't knock anything over.
Sash.
That's a wall.
No, his headset is just sinking into the void.
Sounds like he knocked something over.
No,
Dangers of VR.
I got it. I grabbed the stool.
Well done.
Oh, you can select things with the F1 keys.
Huh?
Yeah. You F1 for like the pointer, F2 for drawing.
Oh.
Oh.
So are we just floating cursors for you, James?
Yeah, you're just on the board floating.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
You don't get to see our actual floating head cameras.
You don't have any. Not unless you're in VR.
Ah, man. Nice.
I have to acquire a stool.
Is there any galaxy under this ship?
Oh, I thought you went under the table. That's good. There.
I think it's mostly in the void.
Yeah, it's mostly void. There's like a little tiny bit under a corner, but yeah.
There's nothing.
It's like you're a fucking shark.
Dun.
No.
You can be any.
So.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Everybody ready? Everybody got drink and such?
Yep.
Alrighty, so you guys are the crew of the Chariot, a ship that's had many owners and many different careers. Currently, though, it's working as Your Ride Fargo traders. You are sort of mercenary traders, as it were, and you're currently coming back to sort of your your base of operations, Posano, where the local branch of the Fargo Traders is set up, and this is where you guys go to get bulletins, sort of looking for work, and generally where you sit up when you want, some shore leave or you need to get the ship repaired. It's a very industrial planet. The air is not particularly clean, but it's not, dangerously unhealthy either. Most of the planet is sort of dusty and arid, but there's a little bit of water and a little bit of plant life thanks to terraforming efforts. But yeah, in general, everybody works, everybody has a job. And this place is sort of a industrial hub for the area, selling lots of manufactured goods and buying raw resources to make them with.
All right.
So your contact here, the head of this particular branch office, is Jarvan Kismir. He's
Oh,
a
crap,
he's a
I'm
pretty
getting
savvy
close.
businessman, and he's not above a shady deal. But he has a lot of respect and support from most of the people who operate out of this branch. You know, he does good, honest work, and he treats his contract employees pretty well. So, you guys head into this place. Little picture here if you wanted to see what it looks like. You head into the facility here, Posano Fargo Traders, and Jarvan greets you as usual. There's a few other guys hanging around the corners. You know, most of them are regulars that you know have just finished doing missions or just finished doing a run, and they're sitting around and basically just waiting on ship repairs or refueling before they go out on another. He comes up to you and he says, "Ah, hey, good job on that last run. I know it was a bit of a long one, but I'm hoping you're ready to work again. I got another sweet deal lined up." He's talking to your group in general,
Mhm.
but I
Hang on, I
suppose
haven't figured
more-
out what my accent is yet.
What? You're not gonna? I'm not gonna.
A loading sign appears over the group as a collective. They are
Oh, yeah, no
currently processing information.
Take
What
your
does
time.
everyone
This is
else sound
the
like?
first session. It's gonna be a little rough. It's fine.
Yeah, you gotta pick your voice, Jason.
I don't know.
What?
Uh,
So
Very
you're
important decision.
what?
I thought
What
you
kind
had-
of
it's
a,
not
kind of
that.
a character? What voices do you do?
I don't know.
Just be the orc guy from before, the butler type dude.
No.
I don't think this guy's that fancy.
No?
What was the last job we did?
The last job you did was a long haul, where you guys are basically headed from over on this area here. You see my pointer?
Mm-hmm. Right here.
Hold on, wait, I need to look. Yes. I see.
Over here, and you guys had to go all the way up here, skirting the these little dotted lines are sort of the perimeter of.
Yeah, what are
Somewhat.
these like things?
Those are way gates where you
Oh.
can basically warp travel.
Okay.
They're
You
fast
had a
travel
long
points.
haul. You
Right.
tend not to go into those areas if you can avoid it, because there's Union patrols, although they are still very scarce out here in the outer reaches. These areas around the way gates actually have some sort of I guess you could call them police presence. And I mean, it's just best to avoid it. Like, look at you on some stupid bureaucratic technicality like,
Right.
hey,
Your
this
blinker was out.
ship's- No, it'll be something like your ship's, paperwork doesn't mention you as the current owner. And it's like, well, yeah, because it went through like 8 different owners and some of them died before the ownership could be properly passed on, like.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
and then they'll discover that I have a bounty on my head, and that just won't be fun.
yeah, and even if you were totally clean, it would take a long time and ruin your contract. So it's just, usually, unless you have to, you avoid those areas.
The
So it
blue
becomes
dots.
a very long haul.
The blue dots are essentially red tape.
You
Hey,
guys
have-
can go there, it's no problem, and the
check-
chances of getting caught are low,
Can we make
but
the ship
if
a
you
little
do,
bigger?
Uh,
Just so you can use it as like a marker.
Oh yeah, the ship is kind of small.
yeah, I can make that bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're over
The size
here.
of a planet.
But yeah, so you guys, you went all the way out there, all the way, sort of skirting this across here, so you had to make a quick jump through it, essentially, and then
Right.
back here.
All right then. So my character would kind of just shrug and say, "It was honestly just kind of boring. A lot of travel, not much to do, just making a delivery."
There wasn't
I
much
will-
to drink yet on this ship.
Well, it's good, honest work, anyways, and not much to drink. Well, I'm sure you could scrounge up some sort of rot gut around here somewhere, especially with what you get for this payment. And he gives you like 1,000 Union credits, essentially.
So is that like $1,000 or more like $100?
It's like $1,000,
$10.
probably closer to like $10,000.
Oh,
But
Cool.
hard to trade around here.
But he's like, well, I mean, I know you're going to spend a good deal of it getting more fuel and supplies for your next run, but you should still be making a tidy profit from this one. And he's right about that. You won't have to. You have plenty of fuel right now, but you know, it was a long haul, and so you might want to stock up on, food and things like that, just more for luxury rather than necessity.
Mm.
Like you said, you're out of alcohol.
And
There's still
space
water.
beer.
There's still bread. Like still
Right.
basic things, but it's
I
not
just
that
didn't get
great.
drunk.
Our robot drinks all our beer.
But yeah,
Very big
yeah.
problem.
He says, why don't you go rest up and get your ship sorted out, and when you're ready, come back here and talk to me, and we can discuss future arrangements.
That sounds good. I could do with spending some time outside that hunk of junk.
And sure enough, he is right. The ship is very rusty and old looking. It doesn't look like it's in disrepair. It's just, I mean, who's gonna take the time to polish it up and shine it when, it's not really that necessary.
Function over form.
Exactly. But yeah, it's a big, gray, ugly behemoth. If you zoom in on the token, you can see I kind of tried to draw it in there. But yeah, yeah, you come out into
Yeah,
the
I
streets.
see what
This
it
area
is.
is pretty familiar to you here in Pisano, here in sort of, I guess what could be argued, the main industrial district, although there are many. You know a few good places, and you have like a sort of a local inn, I guess you would call it, that puts people up who work for the Fargo traders. That's, a pretty convenient flop house if you need a place to stay.
It's like a truck stop.
Hmm.
We can have a 3x5 room instead of a 2x3 room.
Aw.
Yeah. But yeah, it's nice. The planet is pretty standard gravity, which is actually somewhat of an anomaly. So it feels good. It feels nice. It's not much of like a change from the ship, so you don't feel like any weird extra weight or lightness or anything like that on this planet, which is it makes it a nice place to call home for that reason.
Or at least a place to stay.
Yeah, that is true. At any point, your ship basically has all your belongings in it, and you could just pick up and go anywhere. And that's the freedom of living the life you all live.
Nomads.
That's fun, though.
Alright.
You're trying to be like Old Snake or something? Your character.
Hmm?
You're trying to be Old Snake?
I don't know. I'll see when I flesh this character out. All I've got is like a little bio and like a kind of thing I want to do. All right. So, what's the inside of this inn like? In quotation marks.
It's not bad. There's no, there's no wallpaper or anything like that, but it's very nice, smooth plaster walls and things like that.
Oh wow, an
It's,
upgrade from steel.
Function
Yeah.
over form.
Yeah, it's very functional. The design, the architecture is a little bit modern and strange, but most of the buildings are designed like that because since there's no large hills or foliage, the winds can get pretty strong on this planet. So they all have sort of a aerodynamic swept sort of shape to them, or are oriented so that like the predominant wind will sort of wash over them safely.
Okay.
Yeah, they're Adobe outside on this particular one because it's good for blocking off the sun and keeping it cool inside without having to waste too much electricity. And yeah, it's a sturdy place, and you know the lady who runs it, and she also makes pretty good meal.
All right. Hmm. Well, oh, what the fuck just happened?
Thanks.
What?
I got distracted by noise because I'm ADD. Yeah, so I guess is there like a common room or anything in this thing? I guess.
Yeah, there's like a restaurant bar sort of portion to it, and then there's bedrooms sort of around the back down like a hallway.
All right. So, I guess my character would walk up to the bar and say, I'd like a beer. Just
What's your character's name again, Cole?
Cyrus.
Cyrus. Back again already, Cyrus? And
Again.
Yeah, you know this person.
No, I'm just saying again. Feels like it's been forever since I've been back here.
Oh, you know this job. People come and go. I never really know what day of the week it is anymore. And she fills up a cup with your drink and passes it to you.
Thanks.
Can you get me some too?
Sure thing. And she like looks over at you and sees you. It's like, oh, yeah, here, I have just what you need here. And she pulls out like one of the shittiest looking liquor bottles and pours you a cup.
I'll do. That'll be fine. I'll take it. And then
That doesn't
drinks it.
seem right given a robot alcohol, but I guess it is good at degreasing things.
I
No,
honestly,
whatever makes him happy at this point.
honestly, I don't
Sure,
even.
anything for you, hun? She like looks at you. Oh, what's your character's name there?
Otto.
Otto.
Yeah, Otto. Yeah. Anything for you, hun?
Yeah, I'll have what he's having. And he points at Cyrus.
Sure. She pours you another. It was a beer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She pours you a pint glass of beer. Sits down in front of you. So, yo, boys, gonna stay long? Or are you heading right out again?
Seems like we'll be heading back out again.
Yep, as soon as we can find something that pays well.
I'm sure you won't have too much trouble with that. This place is such an up-and-coming town. I'm certain that this planet is really gonna be on the map soon. Union can't ignore us forever.
Well,
She like sort of
Can't wait for
gets a
that.
dreamy sort of look in her eyes. She talks about it.
I wouldn't hold your breath for too long there.
There's
I know
nothing
it's a
worth
long
left
shot.
in this world to see, lady. You might as well just off yourself now.
Jesus, HM. Try at least have some decorum.
I need some more, if you don't mind.
She slides the bottle over to him and then looks towards you, Otto, and says, I assume you have just gotten a nice paycheck. You'll be able to cover this, of course.
Oh yeah, of course. Do I actually have to like keep track of money, or?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
This is all pretty cheap. Like currently your tab is like 5.
5. Wow, that's very cheap.
Five.
Yeah.
Most of it is that bottle of liquor.
And thankfully, he's drinking the cheap shit, so.
You're in a place where you can use union credits, which is great. That makes basically everything really easy. But other places you would want, hard resources. So yeah, if you ever wanted to, you could always pick up like bulk, hard resources like food rations or medicine, things like that. In case you wanted to go to less sort of built-up worlds to trade with them.
Is there like a regular store type thing, or is most of the stuff gotten through the innkeep?
I mean, the innkeep sells innkeep type things like alcohol and food, room and board. But yeah, I mean, we don't have to go into detail about each shop you go to, but this is an industrialized planet, so most things are available here to purchase.
And most places look like fucking convenience stores, I'm assuming.
Oh, no, it's just most places look like warehouses. So you're getting it at like basically, straight from the
The
manufacturer
wholesale.
prices. Yeah.
That is perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go and find one of those.
Sure. What do you want to pick up?
I am gonna look for some. I'm gonna call it aquagel.
Ah,
Yes.
no problem. So
Sounds
you
good.
find a refining plant, say a pretty large building with sort of a domed structure. Intermittently little bits of steam or gas, you're not sure which, come out of the top of it. Around the side, though, you can see, the more intricate machinery for bottling and cooling and distilling out the various liquids they produce. And yeah, you go back there and start to talk to some of the workers, and they point you in the direction of the right place, where they have basically just stacks of these sort of pressurized containers of aquagel.
Okay. Let's see. She's gonna flag down someone and say, "I would like to buy a barrel of this."
Sure. So they're kept under pressure, but they have a tap built in. But you can get basically like 10 gallons in a thing that's the size of like a 2-liter.
This will work. Where do I pay for this?
Sure, yeah. You make a deal with the guy. He basically, you see him like pocket a little bit of the money, and the rest of it he basically writes down in the logbook, marks out one of the production things, and like writes in sold.
Pleasure doing business with you, stranger.
Yeah, it's no problem. He hands it to you happily, and it's like, anytime you need some more, come on back. We've got all kinds of stuff here.
Yeah, she's gonna like rub some all over her face for a minute and then just like take it and like haul it back to the inn.
Guy looks totally perplexed when you do this, but shrugs.
Yeah, because
Money's
it's like
money.
for sea creatures and it doubles as like an industrial lubricant.
Yeah, yeah. Just like, all right. Well, I don't
Speaking,
care what you want it for. Anyhow, yeah.
She's like muttering the whole way, like complaining about.
So, what was that?
so can you describe to me what your character looks like?
Yeah, she's upright, like 5 feet tall. She's got 4 legs that are like tentacle legs,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 arms, but the fingers are like tentacles.
Are you Octodad?
I was picturing
I am a
Squidward.
squid person. Yeah, and her instead of hair, she has like the Nautilus people on Star Wars, like the tendril-like hair.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Leku type things.
Yeah, and she's sort of like an iridescent gray, and squid have like these weird W-shaped eyes.
Weird.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But
Okay,
I,
cool.
but I
I've never
suppose
seen squids.
Are the eyes on the side of your head like a squid, or are they like forward set like human eyes?
They're forward.
Okay, all right.
Probably the weirdest character I've ever made.
She comes from a race of predator squid.
Sure.
Well, because things with their eyes facing forward tend to be predators. Things
Yeah,
with their
I
eyes
think
on the side
actually
are prey,
I'm
generally.
basing her off of a cuttlefish, and I think those are.
Yeah. You gotta be worried about those things, and they're so cute. They're deadly. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah. She handles that. Is there
So
anything
yeah,
anybody
somebody
else
is
wanted
just
to?
gonna see like this 4-legged gray person just like hauling a barrel across the thing.
did you say it came down to like a 2-liter size, or was it like a giant?
Yeah, it's 2-liter size.
Oh, okay, then yeah, not
I mean,
so much.
it
She's
still
hauling a
weighs
soda
as much
bottle.
as it still weighs as much as 10 gallons, but it's small.
It's super hyper pressurized. You wouldn't want to bust a hole in it.
Yeah, but it has a handy spigot that can handle the pressure for dispensing it at a reasonable rate.
Sounds like an excellent thing to keep inside a spaceship. I'm on board.
Well, you'd better be, because she basically needs that stuff.
To live.
Yeah.
Either that
No,
or a
to
tub
just-
of water.
Just, yeah, yeah, I guess that might work too.
In a pinch.
Is there anything anyone
Whoa.
else needs to pick up?
Honestly, I figured out a few things about my character, but what he does on shore leave had never crossed my mind.
I'd probably just go and buy a 6-pack for the road.
A 6-pack, you're gonna need more than that.
12-pack, 24.
Go down to a fucking still. and
Yeah,
pick
we're
up
gonna-
like a keg.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
So-
go with you, and we're gonna pick up, like, you know, a keg and maybe, like, 2 or 3 24-packs.
Yeah, you need alcohol, man. Specimens need alcohol.
Are you buying it for the room or the ship?
The ship.
Huh?
We're restocking on
HK
alcohol.
said he was buying it for the room.
I was
Which
just gonna
is
buy a
fine.
whole.
You can spend your money how you want.
I was just gonna buy a
don't
whole.
go and spend it all in one place, because that's unwise.
I was
Okay,
gonna buy a whole keg.
and another
myself.
thing. When you said we had $1,000, that mean, or 1,000 credits, is
Yeah.
that divided amongst us all?
Yeah, look, don't even worry about it. I will let you know if things are too expensive or if like that would use up like too much of your money or anything.
Gotcha.
Okay.
We're
That
not
makes it
gonna
easier.
we're not gonna be fumbling over pennies and stuff here.
Okay. Fair enough. You don't have to worry about it, Jason.
Yeah.
It's okay, don't worry.
I'm trying to RP it though, like HK, buddy. Don't spend your money all in one place.
I would like to go out and
Sure.
just
Oh,
top up
there.
my skincare regime products. Sure, I've got lots of that.
Sure, yeah. You got some people with some very particular needs, yourself and the Squidonian.
Very dry skin. I believe this planet is fairly arid, so
Yeah. Looks like it.
Moisturizer.
it's a problem. People need to moisturize.
And again, things are very cheap here because you can basically get it wholesale.
So yeah, we get a load of alcohol for the ship. And me.
Now, HK, you better not drink all the
Oops.
damn alcohol.
It's HM. I'm paying.
HM, sorry. HM, I heard HK. HM, you better not drink all the damn alcohol in one night again. We gotta make this shit count.
Who else needs it?
Me?
For what? You have cybernetic implants. You just program yourself drunk.
Well, why don't you program yourself drunk, you stupid robot?
There is nothing that can do that.
God, just try and save the stuff is all I'm saying. Try and save it. We've
What's that
got
for me? You
how's
can
it?
give me some?
Excuse me, but I chipped in for the keg. I at least deserve a little bit of it.
You got the good stuff back there. At the inn.
Yeah. And you're entitled to the good stuff on the ship. Just don't drink it all.
None of this planet has good stuff.
What's the quality of the beer like on this planet?
I mean, he's right, it's average. None of it's like, you know, the greatest beer in the galaxy, but
Yeah, but it's not shit.
yeah, it's not like terrible. It's not I mean, it's not like Stella or anything. Joking.
Nice.
It's not like it's microbrewery bullshit like that. Look,
No, I mean you can find all kinds of different drinks, and they're varying qualities. But like, yeah, the stuff here is fine. It's regular. You know, you can find all sorts.
all I
You guys
want is
probably
a...
didn't buy the
perfectly
most expensive
acceptable.
stuff though.
Of course. Look, all I'm asking
Now,
for...
since you mentioned food, I'm gonna stock up on dehydrated fish.
Dehydrated fish.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty depressing. Is that what
That's
happens to you if you don't have your aqua gel?
Probably.
Oh god. Do you want them like dried fish like we know them now, or do you want like tablets that you add water and it becomes a bowl of fresh fish?
I didn't before, but I do now.
Space food.
Yeah, I mean, like when you say I want to buy a dehydrated thing in this time, it's literally like it's like a miniature version of it. Add water and it turns into the
That is
thing.
so much better.
It's kind of like I don't know actually.
It's like those foam dinosaur things, the tablets that you put.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
But I know. But like, I
Way
can't
faster.
think of another media. that
Oh,
has
who's our
that.
ship's cook?
This is like
Fifth
a
Element.
big crate
In the Fifth
of,
Element, they have it.
Oh, nice. I was thinking about Spy Kids when they put pizza. And they just
I was
take
thinking
pizza out.
Megaline.
They just they just put a thing in the oven and then the pizza comes out. I want
Oh,
that
yeah.
oven.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Do we have a ship chef, a culinary expert?
I mean, I could be the ship chef if you. If
I
you're
was
feeling-
thinking that would be funny because you're like the person we least expect to do it.
You just have to like look up like really like difficult sounding French recipes on Google and then just like in passing just be like, no, you're going to mess up my vichyssoise.
Exactly.
Or you could just make us bell peppers and beef all the time, you know?
Yeah.
No.
Bell peppers and beef. Hey, look, I had bell
You
peppers
could
and
also
beef
be like
before.
the chef in Atlantis.
That's kind of what I was thinking about too.
Ooh, that's a fun one too.
What's up?
The chef from
chef.
Atlantis.
Oh, yeah, that guy. That's pretty good.
Oh my gosh. I know now which character I need to play next. The fucking demolition guy from Atlantis.
Oh,
My
he was
favorite fucking
fun.
character. Anyways, I load the beer on the ship with HM and bicker back and forth about the distribution of the booze.
Sure. And as you get everything set up and you're sort of like walking back out of the landing bay, you check up and see how long it'll be until the ship's ready, to go, until it's refueled and recharged and all.
Restocked, whatever.
And the guy says like, I mean, it'll be ready in like 8 hours, but that's gonna be in like the middle of the night, so you might as well just come back tomorrow morning.
8 hours.
Yeah,
But
alright.
it's later in the day. It's like the evening now. Like not fully dark, but it's like the sun is starting to come down.
Mm-hmm. Is it standard day cycle, or is it like
Unless it's really different than standard, I probably am not gonna even
Mention it.
Mention it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That sounds a bit. Yeah.
The planet of eternal night.
No, like yeah, if there's that where like a planet doesn't rotate or rotates like really fast or incredibly slow, I'll mention it. But otherwise, yeah,
It's just standard
Just-
day cycle. Okay.
it's probably close enough,
It's close enough to where it doesn't really matter.
It's like a Mars cycle.
Yeah, something like that where it's like pretty similar. So
All right.
But yeah, I mean, you guys have had a busy day. It's not like these things are all right next to each other. You've been traveling around either on foot or with the ATV, collecting these things and bringing them back to the ship.
Stocking up
Loading
on robot parts, food.
500 dehydrated tuna.
Oh, nice. Tuna are big too.
You know what I forgot to ask? How are we going to treat guns in this world? Just like
what do you mean?
Oh,
like
firearms in general.
yeah, because
They
is
are-
it kind
they
of
are guns.
just
Your basic run of the mill, or like super crazy stuff.
I guess we all start out with like basic guns is what I'm trying to ask.
You can have whatever weapons and equipment you reckon you should have. It's just your character only gets bonuses from the aspects that you have and the
Mhm.
stunts that you have and the
Mhm.
approaches that you've chosen for.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you want to say, hey, you know, part of the reason my character is this forceful is because he wears brass knuckles, or hey, you know, my character always has a gun on their hip, that's fine. Just make sure that you establish it and you stick to whatever you choose.
Yeah, so unless
I would say most of you probably have a pistol, maybe not all of you. And then anyone who really likes guns probably has
an
something
assault
quite
rifle.
nice, like yeah, like a proper modern assault rifle.
All right. Yeah, I was just trying to figure that out. So my character would probably have an assault rifle, a pistol, and a shotgun.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What?
He's loaded
Okay.
down.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Does
it's like
No, I
that.
mean,
It's just yeah.
It
It's
doesn't
story
give you
building.
any sort of advantage, like in terms of
It's
mechanics.
just
So yeah,
RP.
have whatever you want.
Yeah, go for it.
It's like gas from COD 4. You know, I keep this one for close encounters.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, that's perfect. It's exactly just like that. It's whatever you.
Are these laser
you can
guns
spin
or are
at
they
it.
slug throwers?
I mean,
Slug throwers are cheaper and more common.
exactly.
I mean,
So
if you really like guns, you might have a small.
I already
laser.
have a laser gun. It's on my
Yeah,
shoulder.
yeah. He's got one. Yeah.
Shoulder
There you
mounted
go.
laser cannon. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
you can take it from me.
you take. I hope you're joking because my character would like take all your limbs.
I don't have a consequence to that.
Well, you have to get them back first.
They're controllable, you know.
Yeah, I
Just-
put them in a box.
Arm crawl out of there.
I'll make new legs, better
Yeah.
legs with blackjack and hookers.
Oh, do you make your own legs? Or do you
Oh,
make me
God.
make legs for you?
You make the legs for me.
Oh,
And
okay.
you're just like,
That
okay.
turns into my problem.
You have like a couple of spares that you just keep on the side because you know that he's gonna break them.
You know,
Or
I end
pit-
up-
Or
I'm
piss
losing
off
it.
Cyrus and, have to
Yeah,
replace
it's-
them that way.
It's like, look, I know he's really annoying, but do you have to rip the legs off and bend them? 'Cause I can't use them again after you bend them like that.
Maybe you shouldn't piss me off then.
Just like, yeah, but you're making it my problem now.
Yep. Next time I have to buy a new set of legs for him, it's coming out of your share.
Honestly, it's worth it.
So how much does it cost for those legs?
It's probably not horrible.
Yeah, I could
Since we
stand
can
to
buy
break a few
robot
more.
parts and stuff wholesale.
And then yeah, he could, reforge the robot parts and make them incompatible.
No, I just take
Wow.
your. I don't use your legs. I just take your legs.
No, like I meant Otto. He can take other parts and just like
Oh yeah.
scrap them.
Yeah,
and
because
then
he's a
make,
modular robot.
yeah.
I think in addition to his regular pistol, my character carries like an EMP pistol.
Oh.
I like that. Yeah. But that's the robot's special quirk. He manages to turn himself back on.
No matter what.
But yeah. All right. So as has become sort of your guys' custom, doing these missions, you after you're finished doing what you need to do around town, you all sort of meet back up in the restaurant bar to have like a really nice meal, because I can't think of a better name, so I'm gonna call her Rose, because Rose is a great cook, and yeah, and it's always sort of a highlight. It's like another little bonus to completing your mission is coming back here and getting a hand-cooked meal with love.
As much love as money can buy.
So yeah, you all sort of hang around drinking and chatting and whatnot until the last member comes in the door. And then you sit down for a good meal. Rose has already started preparing it, knowing, you know, the routine. And yeah, and it's not long after you're sat around the table, you know, joking and laughing and talking about what you got, how much beer you're gonna drink. Set before you is a wonderful roast meat. It's just like a big roast piece of meat, all sorts of vegetables and things around it. They're just cooked to perfection. Tons of gravy. And yeah, and it's all incredibly good. I think also for the fish person there is like a selection of fishes. I don't know how you like them prepared, but she would.
Probably raw.
Oh,
Perfect.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
you have like
Sushi.
raw fish sort of like on ice, you know, to like keep them nice and cool and fresh.
Whole bunch of sashimi.
And yeah, and it's an exquisite meal. Again, it's something you always look forward to. And yeah, before you know it, the sort of the meal is eaten, the drinks are drunk, and the night has grown on long, and it becomes sort of time to head to rest. Well, for those of you who have to sleep, at least.
Oh, do we have people that don't? Oh, guess we do have someone that doesn't need to sleep. At least one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to the aliens in the group whether you guys need to sleep that much or not.
And the cybernetically enhanced.
That's a good point, too.
I think
And
I
the
think
robot. I feel like there's less than half our group that needs to sleep.
I think
I mean, it's up to you guys.
I think the cybernetic enhancements can keep him awake, but it's not exactly, you know,
Yeah, he doesn't feel
comfortable.
good.
Yeah, so
You still use the comfort of being asleep.
well, no, it's not just that, but you know, the machine parts can keep you awake and, you know, doing stuff, but the body doesn't, the like what's left of the body doesn't exactly like being awake for that long. So,
I guess
if
that's
he
fair.
can avoid it, he goes to sleep when he, you know, at a normal time.
He gets like a little warning thing on his HUD. It's like, hey, you need to rest now. And it's like he's totally capable of continuing on and ignoring that, but like he knows he needs to sleep.
I don't even think it's like a HUD icon. It's just kind of like, you know, oh my gosh, this is like the 24. This is like the 48th hour I've been awake. I'm beat, but I can definitely keep going.
The
It's like
body
having
is willing, but the mind is exhausted and tired.
Just has like a little implant that just injects him like caffeine. and
Ooh, right into your veins.
you just get that feeling like when you've been up for days in a row and you're just like running entirely on caffeine. That's how he feels.
Mm-hmm.
HM just feels the need to sleep, just so
Does he sleep?
he can. Yeah, just a little bit, just so he can feel not alive.
Right, I see.
Yeah.
See,
Windows
he
button.
shuts himself
sleep
down.
mode.
I love it. No, this goes with his turning back on again. He
Yeah.
shuts himself down, and then later, without his choosing, he comes back on. And he's like, ah, damn it.
Another day. Why?
Oh, I like it. All right, cool. How about you, Mina? Does your character sleep, or do they sleep?
I'd say they probably just sleep like normal sort of amounts. Gotta have beauty sleep.
Sure. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah. So you head to rest in the various ways that you do, and yeah. Sure enough, the next day does roll around. It's not the end of the world. You aren't dead, and
What a disappointment.
yeah, the next day awaits you. Your ship should be good and ready to go right now. You've loaded up on supplies. The only thing to do now is to get a job.
Nice.
I guess it's time to go see Jarvan.
It's time.
That
To
was
make
his
the
name,
donuts.
right?
Yeah, I think that's his name, Jarvan. Let's see here.
It's time to make the dough.
Yeah, Jarvan. So yeah, Jarvan says that he's got a nice, easy mission lined up for you. He says we had this mission here. Our our rival company, Way Trader, WT, they basically there was like a bid. There was a competition bid for it, and we won out the bid. So yeah, this is a pretty big win for our company. And not that I don't like you guys, but my regular best guys are already busy. So you're next in line.
Oh, so we're the second best.
You're up there. You're the best that I have here right now, and that's what matters. I need you to get this job done. I need it done right. Because if
Always
this
you-
works out, then we're gonna have a brand new contact with a whole new chain of clients, and it's gonna be really good for business.
Always knew you had a soft spot for us, Jarvan. What's the job?
All right, like I said, it's really not that hard. So he opens up like a little star map on like the console behind him, and he
Oh,
points
does
out
it look like the one on the table here?
it doesn't. It's actually like shitty old like green and black graphic like CRT monitor.
Ooh.
Oh,
But he points out like here's the star here to here. It's a real easy mission. But he wants to make sure that it gets done right, and he knows that you guys are reliable, and nobody more reliable is there. So
Yeah, you're not. You guys aren't terrible, but you're not the best either. But you're the best I've got. So.
Yeah, it seems about as easy as it gets. What's the cargo?
the cargo is some sort of medical technology stuff. I don't know exactly what it is. Something about cryogenics, or that they're gonna make some new kind of freezer thing for produce or something.
Oh, sounds great.
It doesn't matter. What matters is the pharmaceutical company that's doing it is going to probably look very favorably on us if we get this mission done, and we'll be taking the business right out from those Way Trader assholes.
Always love sticking it to the way traders.
Damn right. Alright, so here's the deal. This is important enough to me. I'm gonna give you boys a whole 1,000 credits. That's right, the same as the last mission. A whole 1,000 credits for doing this. Just make sure it gets done right, okay? Don't fuck this up.
Yep, sounds good to me.
wait,
Alright,
Not to argue
cash on
with the same
delivery.
pay for something that's gonna take significantly less time.
So he basically pulls out like a little thing for you to just like sign. It's like a little contract, just basically restating in those same words like what he just told you the mission was, and that you agreed to it.
Yep, probably thumbprint or handprint it or something.
Whatever, his signature, it doesn't really
However
matter to me.
signatures work.
Yeah, it's
Actually, no, I probably wouldn't want to do thumbprints.
no, yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
signature.
you just sign it. Yeah.
Because
That's
it's
right.
a paper form anyways. It's like he prints out and then has you sign. But yeah, so yeah, he gives you basically the coordinates that you need for where you're getting it from, the exact contact you're picking it up from, and who you've got to deliver it to. So let's see here.
Fairly straightforward.
So you're picking it up from a planet called Halcyon. It's a well-populated, modern, little bit more than higher tech than modern, so pretty nice. But yeah, it's sort of like future punk, you would say. The planet is mostly ocean with only small continents, sort of limiting the potential of that world. There's just only so much room to build things. But it has an orbital station, and basically that's where you're going to pick up your pickup from. You're bringing it to the planet Melanda, and this planet actually used to be a really well-developed, thriving colony, but a strange plague basically wiped out almost everyone, basically everyone who wasn't immune. And the planet is rebuilding. It's very Earth-like and almost perfect, but it's contaminated by whatever causes that plague, and when you go down there, you have to wear a spacesuit or a biosuit or something like that, or else you will get contaminated.
Am I safe from it?
I would assume you
yeah.
are.
Yeah,
Okay.
Robot, you're
Oh,
okay.
What was the second planet name?
Halcyon?
Molandon.
Oh.
How was that spelled?
Molandan. D-A-N, Malondon.
Awesome. I'm gonna keep a log of planets here so I know what we're talking about in the future.
So this
Yeah,
is
I've got them written down in a book too.
this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the way we're going to go.
Yeah, that's it.
It's significantly shorter than the last job we had.
It is much
Looks like
shorter,
it.
but you can tell by look at his die that like like he's stressed out about this. You definitely weren't his first pick, but he wants to make sure that you get this done
I always knew he had a soft spot for us.
right.
I hate getting table scraps, man.
But yeah, but London is unfortunately a sad story, but they're despite that, now that they have an immunity and they've been able to sort of begin to rebuild, they're rebuilding pretty well. They've got their power and communication grid back up and an interim government. But anyhow, so yeah, you load up into your ship and you're ready to head out.
All right. With
Who wants to be my co-pilot?
Yeah, you guys, I'll let you know. There's a few different stations, quote unquote, around the ship. If you think of anything else, you can of course do it. But so up in the front of the ship, you have of course the helm, where the pilot controls things. I think that's Otto's job. You've got like weapons and sensor control here. The weapons control is like automatic targeting and firing. Otherwise, you could manually control the guns in the weapons rooms themselves. And then over here we have sensors and communications. So somebody wanted to like monitor sensor data, see if there's any ships coming or interesting power sources on planets and stuff. That's the
I
place
could
to
probably do the sensor data.
all right.
Yeah. So so help yourselves to do whatever you want. I'll make some little pawns so that you guys have a little
Ooh.
idea of where your characters are. Blue,
Ew.
pink, red, green. Is that all
Oh.
of them?
I want to be in the canon.
Did I get a color for everyone?
It's
I
like
think so.
I got mine.
There's a green one. So yeah.
Oh, we all know Cole's on guns.
that's
Well, I
the
mean,
sensor's cool.
I don't think I'm on guns unless I need to be on guns.
I don't know where
You
to
don't
pick.
just fire them randomly
There's
off
a
into the
little
ether.
sensor thingy, like over.
Yeah. If I don't need to be there, I'll just be in the kitchen.
What's your character's name again, Mina?
Gak.
Gak. That's right, Gak. Alright, I'm just renaming the pawns to the characters' names. So that's HM. And then, let's see here. What's your squid's name? Forgot.
Nahasa.
How do you spell that?
Ha. Ta.
Naha. Is that right?
Let me see.
Let me see. Nah. Ha. Ah. That was
The
close.
T goes after the CH.
Right. Ha.
Excuse me.
You've been damaged.
Ouch.
Oh no, you got hit by a damage token.
Gak, HM, and then yours is Cyrus.
Cyrus Stone.
There we go. You can add more if you want, but that's just so that I can mouse over them and at a glance know which character is where. Cool, yeah. So, space travel is, it takes a long time, so in general, we'll just say time passes unless anything interesting is happening. The only important thing is to just say, like, hey, what do you guys do? So, you start up the ship, and you, cruise out of the atmosphere, and once you're in, you, are able to, like, open up your long-range sensors, and are, able to, like, start really, navigating and doing whatever you need to.
I kind of just co-pilot or do whatever.
Just hang out.
Yeah,
I
basically.
feel like somebody should be hanging out near the bridge. At
Well,
one
I
point
think-
or another.
Well, gosh, what do we nickname Narancha?
Because if something goes wrong, somebody should be in there to hear the alarm, right?
Yeah.
Where's the
So
bridge?
I think you call her Hotcha.
yeah. Hot.
We'll
He-
probably be fine to
he
leave
does
it though.
not
Or in
like
like warp speed or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call her that,
Hyperspace.
but she won't like it.
Oh, she doesn't like it? Alright, fair enough.
Does my
You'll have to-
character care?
I think that would be an RP moment, you know?
Yeah, let's have an RP moment here, guys.
Well,
Yeah, you know, like
In this RPG.
so you said that Hacha was going to be on Scan, right? Sparkles.
Scanners, yeah.
So then, I guess I kind of just like hang out around the bridge. So
yeah, I
if
mean
something
that's the
goes
weapon
wrong.
console there.
Oh,
so,
it
I
is.
mean-
So
Yeah.
You probably have a chair.
yep. And my guy is probably just like cleaning an assault rifle or whatnot, because what else is there besides drinking?
Well, there's eating. There's I guess card games or things like that if you have any.
I have a robot workshop I can hang out in.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, a lot of the time it's you know, it's pretty easy going on the ship. There's just a whole lot of checking things to make sure everything's running smoothly.
So, yeah, I guess at some point my character would go like, I'm trying to find an organic way to do it, but I'm just gonna end up saying it because
Yeah, just go into it.
Hacha,
Come on.
what do your people do for fun on your planet? He says this while cleaning his assault rifle.
Well, first it's Nahaka.
Nah, can you repeat that?
Nahaka.
Nahata. You see, when you're in a firefight, it's hard to say something that's a tongue twister. That's why I call you Hacha.
That is not my name.
That's kind of the point. It's a nickname. We just call you that because it's shorter. You know, you could call me Sai if you wanted.
You can call me Nahaka.
No,
Look,
It-
she's a proud Squidonian.
it's gonna
Right.
take me a long
Last
time to.
inch of building from over here.
It's gonna take me a long time to figure Nahachta. Is that how you say it?
If it is easier for you, my last name is Kamanada.
What?
Come on.
Get
Do,
It's much
do, do,
shorter.
Come
do.
on.
Do, do, do.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, Nahachta, what do people do for fun on your planet?
Well, we have a lot of games. We hunt things. We can antagonize the great squid of the Eltoran chasm, but it isn't recommended.
Yeah, antagonizing giant squid. It's always a fun pastime. I remember doing that
You
when I
can
was
scavenge on the rim. That's always a good pastime.
I probably would end up antagonizing that squid at some point. Sounds like hanging out on the branch back
To me, has
home.
always seemed much more interesting than walking. There's a whole other dimension to it that most of us just don't even think about.
There's always salvage to find. People don't include us in their navigations. Not sure why.
Why don't they include you in the navigation?
Well, it's difficult to calculate the movements of a cosmic turtle.
Okay, so I guess this is a good point. As anything, like, does to like normal non-squid people, does
No,
the cosmic
No,
turtle?
to anyone who's not a wizard or a Squidonian, the idea of this is preposterous.
Okay, so I see your people have a sense of humor. That's good. Flying turtles through space. That's kind of a good joke.
The Great Tuatan is very
It's very what?
real.
I kind of doubt that, to be honest with you, because how would the turtle breathe if it were in space?
One of our great mysteries.
Makes no sense to me. I still say it's bullshit.
It was widely disputed until space travel confirmed it.
Where's this space turtle now, and why hasn't anybody seen it yet?
Oh, many have seen it. They crashed soon after.
And what after?
Crashed.
It crashed into after. Okay. That's mighty convenient, if you ask me.
Oh, very, for my salvage operation.
So you'll have to introduce us to your friend, the giant turtle, someday.
There's a very highly recommended bar on the head of the Great Tuatan.
Now that sounds like a place I can get behind.
Yeah, I like that. So yeah, you guys are cruising along, and soon enough you see the planet sort of come into view.
For sake of
Oh, sure.
clarity, how long of a trip is that? Like a few weeks, a month?
No, it's only like it's a couple of days.
Okay, so it's like driving to Maryland or something. Not Maryland, like fucking California or something like that.
It's like 2 days basically. But yeah, like this is your second day. You're sort of having this conversation, and it starts to sort of come up in the in sort of the window. You can see it now out of the main I don't know, out of the bridge, and yeah, and you begin to see the planet. It's a very beautiful planet, even though it is mostly ocean. And yeah, shortly enough, you close in on it until it takes up most of your view. And then a little thing that seemed like a small black dot. You keep heading towards the planet, and suddenly that fills most of your view, including the planet, as you dock up next to a massive space station. Yeah, this is a very big space station, and there are multiple ships docked here. Your ship has a little port that sort of comes off of the side of engineering. You have one on both sides of the ship, but you're only using one, of course, right now.
Okay. A quick.
And yeah, they're
ahead.
basically expecting you as you pull in. You tell them like your vehicle name. They they check the records. It checks out. This is the right vehicle, and they basically tell you to wait in the ship until somebody comes with the cargo. You're not allowed onto the station.
Okay.
Well, that's unfortunate. I was hoping we'd have a chance for a tour.
Yeah, you would know that you can go to these stations if you really wanted to, but they like there's a much more in-depth procedure for being allowed on the ship than to just dock to grab cargo.
Okay, so it's not like any person is allowed onto the. Okay.
Oh, you could. It's just you'd have to go through essentially like space customs, if you will. You
Okay.
know, like they would have to, register you and scan your retinas and, make a record of you and all.
All right then. I think, and I suppose this is a good as time as any, even though we're not getting onto the space station. Is it like the Wild West out here, where you could have a gun on you and that'd be okay, or is it like?
You wouldn't want one on you in this station, but this is like an advanced, society.
Okay, so it's more like it's less RimWorld, more, well, I'd say Core World, but you know what I mean. Like it's more orderly than.
Yeah, this place is very close to being accepted into like being sort of controlled more by the Union. This is like right on the verge of becoming sort of more one of the core worlds. They advanced really quickly here. But yeah, it's not long while you're waiting before essentially you get like a buzz as somebody is requesting access to the docking port.
Yeah, might as well go let them in.
Sure. And you you swing back to the back in the engineering, and you press a couple buttons on the keypad and unlock the thing, and it pops open. Nice opens top down, so sort of like top raises up, bottom lowers down, and yeah, they basically come up. They unload this big pallet of. It's basically just a big box that's like sealed and locked, sort of a magnetic lock on it, and then yeah, they have you sign like a piece of paperwork. It's not paperwork; it's digital, but they have you confirm that you've taken delivery.
It's data work.
Yeah.
Digital work, data work doesn't really roll off the tongue like paperwork.
Yep. Same old song and dance.
Yep. You do that. The guy nods, thanks you, and basically walks off the ship again, and you're instructed from the control tower that you are expected to disembark. If you need fuel or anything else like that, you're expected to basically get back in line and follow the proper way to do that.
Okay, so
We refueled just earlier, so we're probably good.
Yep. That's basically the thing is, if you needed that, you can still get it, but you can't get it right here. You need to move out. We have other ships that need to dock, essentially.
I'd probably shout at HM to help me tie down the what do you call it, the pallets. So
Sure, yeah, it's easy enough. Modern design. They have grooves in the boxes that are handy for getting ropes around and stuff. It's really easy to get them locked in place. Use a lot of like netting and stuff in a ship like this because if for whatever reason gravity went down, things wouldn't just go everywhere.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, you head off. No problem. That was pretty easy pickup. You've had it happen before that people, didn't want to give the amount that was agreed upon, things like that. But this all looks perfectly in order. No problem. It's kind of nice dealing with the advanced planets once in a while, even if they are all stuffy assholes.
Yeah, at least when they get the paperwork done, they get it done right.
Yeah,
you get what you pay for.
You begin to plot your course to Melandon, and you make your way. It's another day or two without anything particularly interesting happening before if anyone is on the sensors.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm on the sensors.
Yeah, you notice a little blip, sort of on the edge of your scanning radius. You try and tune into it. I want you to give me a roll using your. Let's see here. What do they call it on this?
Clever?
Yeah, using your
Yeah.
clever.
Okay, so I just roll all of the dice.
Roll all the dice. Alright, so you got a -2, but a +2. Alright, yeah, so that's sufficient
Perfectly
for...
even 0.
Yeah, but that's all you needed for this. It's not too hard. You know how to work the sensors, but you aren't an expert or anything. And you're able to tune in on this signal, and you realize it's an audio signal. So you flick on the speaker, so that you can hear what it is, and you hear a
Captain,
discussion.
there's a signal coming from this.
And so yeah, soon enough, out of the speaker, you start to hear. It's scratchy at first, but as things get tuned in more perfectly, you begin to hear the sound of guy saying like, "You have everything. You have all the money, right?" It's like, "Well, of course, we've taken care of this." It's like, "You're going to do it. You're going to take care of this, right? You're going to be quiet about it if any trouble goes down." Yeah, I know the deal. I just want to make sure you bastards don't try to get out of here. And basically, it sounds like two people are making a deal. You can sort of get an angle on the coordinates of where this might be coming from.
It's an awkward conversation to be having on public radio waves.
It's not on public radio waves.
Or are we
It's just-
intercepting this?
Yeah, it's just by chance that you happen to notice it on your sensors as you were passing through.
Does this... Would this have sound... I don't know if it would sound familiar to me, but...
None of the voices sound familiar to any of you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's weird. I'll put where your ship is now. It's weird to hear things like this in the middle of space, nowhere near a planet.
That sounds like trouble. I don't know if we want to go and mess with them.
Are pirates a thing?
Yeah, pirates are a thing. Definitely a thing.
I wouldn't want to risk having our cargo taken by pirates.
Yeah, we're getting paid to move whatever that is back there, not deal with whatever they're doing. I say we keep it on heightened alert for the rest of the day. And hope they don't notice us.
Sure. So yeah, after the transmissions, like after they finish their conversation, the transmissions stop and you don't hear anything else out of it, and all the signal seems to have shut off. So they either moved on, or they finished their conversation, or you've moved out of range to intercept it anymore. Anyhow, things go on for a few more hours. You stay on sort of higher alert, and sure enough, you begin to pick up a sensor blip on your scanner, on your radar. There is another ship sort of ambling your direction.
Captain, I spotted another ship.
Well, how close are they?
They're pretty far away, but they'll close in probably a few minutes.
I tell him that.
Well, I guess we should try hailing them before we assume they're out to, like, murder us.
Sure. The hailing is there where the controls for sensors are. So you align the sensors to the channel, like the sort of standard broadcast channel for ship-to-ship communication, and you hail them, and they do not respond.
What's the move, Captain? I think I'm gonna power up the
pressure situation.
I'm gonna power up the weapons now. You should probably give them another warning. And I turn on the weapons.
I send them out another warning. I kind of angle us like away from them to see if they're still following us. I'll change course slightly.
Yeah, and sure enough, when you changed course, they also changed course for an intercept to sort of match up where you're going to be, not like they're tailing you. Like they want to connect with you.
All right, yeah, this is an
Hello.
all-hands
Yep.
situation. Let's gather everybody up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move
Yeah,
to.
I'm gonna send another hail attempt.
Yeah, there's still
Hello,
silence
ship.
from them.
This is the chariot.
Oh.
Please respond.
Tell them I'm gonna send them a warning shot.
We will send a warning shot across your bow.
And the second you say that, you just hear a giant bang or whatever the heck gun.
I was about to say, yeah, no, you don't hear anything from them, but sensors on the ship, now that they're getting a lot closer, you're beginning to pick up power fluctuations, and that's usually a sure sign that either they're going to blow up or that they're about to shoot at you. And I
Well,
They
guess
may fire at us,
Good in
Captain.
this situation.
I sent them a warning shot. The warning shot may
Sure.
or may not have been aimed directly at them.
Alright, I say we shoot him. Right? That'd be the best course.
Yep, they're flying straight at us, powering guns and not responding. I think it's time we blast them out of the sky.
All right, what do I roll for weapons on a ship?
so
I don't
the
know.
way
How are you shooting the weapons?
yeah, the way combat works is to maneuver this ship around and make it do things. It's going to be considered what the game calls a challenge. And each of you will make rolls doing different things on the ship to try and execute like a maneuver or pull something off to beat that challenge. So like describe the maneuver you want to do, and then I'll tell you how difficult it is. And if you succeed, all of you together with the challenge, then you'll basically pull off that maneuver.
All right,
Should we have a person in the engine rooms? Is there stuff to do there?
Yeah, there's stuff to do in the engine rooms.
I don't know what the station I'm at. So I can go there.
that's weapons.
What do you mean that's what?
The one that she was,
That's
Oh,
weapons.
okay, yeah, I got you.
but we're
But you're-
manning the guns manually.
Yeah, no one needs to be on there because you guys are manual controlling it.
I'm
Yeah.
here shoveling coal into the engine.
Yes, the
You're-
coal
you're-
fire fusion reactor.
You're there rerouting the power to make sure that like you can give sudden bursts of energy to like the engines and the guns right when they need that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So like a lot of this is all about timing. Like the pilot's gonna make a maneuver and he needs the engines to like go full blast, then shut off while he makes a turn, and then cut on full blast again, and then the guns are ready to fire right at the right moment. Something like that. You don't have to be specific about what's going down, but yeah, I mean it's fun if we get some narrative flair in there.
I'm under the impression this thing flies like a space semi, though, so
It's
probably
it's
not going to be able to do anything too terribly fancy.
It's not.
Do we
It's
have
not
a
the
little
best.
marker thingy to see where the other ship is?
Yeah, let me get something here. We will use a damage token.
Man, they're pretty
So,
far away.
No, I mean this
I'm
is not
just
going to be
fucking around.
representative. Yeah. So they are they're not there. Let's see here. So they were following you
Damage
like
tokens
this
look
way.
like candy.
You guys were running away from them this way, and then you made a turn like this, and they went to move to intercept. So they're coming like at you from the side right now.
And clearly they are much faster than us, so running away is not going to be a thing.
Maybe if we shoot them enough, running away is an option.
We could just
No,
So
they're in a
both of our
they're in a
guns
fairly
front
small
facing?
ship.
Oh.
They're in a fairly small ship.
Oh,
Blow them out the sky.
So how are the guns front facing? How does that work?
They
Yeah.
are front facing. You have to. They have like a degree of rotation they can do, but like yeah, you have to face the ship more towards the enemy to.
yeah, the way we are right now, we can't really hit him.
You have like a firing arc. Again, I'm not going to be a stickler about it. It's just it
Yeah.
won't make sense if you shoot them backwards.
Well, we're in the vacuum of space, so we can literally just shut off the engines and like do a
Turn
180.
around.
Yeah, and that's going to be the maneuver that you guys try, and we'll do a challenge roll to make that happen.
So yeah,
So-
once they finish doing that, I'm gonna unload.
So yeah, so I guess the idea then is right. You're gonna like go full blast away from them, and then flip the ship over, while still going backwards and shoot at them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So let's try this. So everybody man a station. We got 2 people on guns. We got 1 person on helm. We got 1 person on sensors, and we've got Gak there in the engineering bay. Yeah. All right. So each of you roll a roll. I will accept most things, like as long as it makes sense, like for your approaches. And then if you have like an aspect or a stunt, this would be the time. Like if it applies, this would be the time to use it.
Yep. I call this one the turn and burn.
Nice.
And I rolled a -2. Let's go.
At least it wasn't -4. All right, so
Yep.
So add whatever approach you think is appropriate for what the job you're doing.
so
I feel
forceful.
like I'm trying to be kind of clever with this maneuver.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Who
Could I
expects
make this
that?
flashy?
Um.
A large burn from the engine.
Yeah. We'll let you make that flashy. That makes sense. Going for flare.
I
I
don't
gotta
think forceful is going to apply to guns. Unless,
So
I just unload
Oh,
and
we're
say
gonna
that's
die
forceful.
in the first session.
no,
now.
forceful does apply if you're just like going like all on
He's keyboard
assault.
smashing.
Yeah, you're just like going like full auto. That's
All
like
right, then.
forceful. Yeah. All right, so everybody
Up.
add up your dice and your approach, and then tell me what your numbers are. Starting with L, we'll go around the table.
So I rolled a with the modifiers and
Starting with
L.
L.
Okay, I'm dumb.
All right, so that's a -2.
Oh my goodness, these dice are
And then-
weighted.
I'm
dude.
gonna do clever
All right, so that's a
to
strength.
make sure that our navigation system continues running and that we don't crash into anything while we're doing.
Yeah, that's fine. Sure. All right, and then so that's a +0. Cool.
Yeah, I rolled,
So you got a -1,
and I'm just unloading, so I'm using
so
forceful.
that's a 2. All right, so we have 2 total now. Fishy, what's your number?
I'm just gonna go guns blazing too. Honestly, I've got to roll, but
Oh, all right, yeah. So that's 3 more, so that's 5. All right, it's looking good so far. Mina, what was your score?
1.
A 1. All right, that's a 6. And Peanut.
I also have a 1.
All right, 7. So a 7 is actually a pretty good degree of success. So you flip around the ship and catch this guy off guard because he thought you were just now trying to run and escape. And yeah, you hit him pretty good, and it makes him sort of have to turn away and pull off his attack. He's looking pretty. His ship is looking fairly damaged. Another good hit like that would easily take him out.
What's the
So
play?
coming back around.
I want to try to hail him again now that we've fired.
What do you say?
Ship, this is a chariot. Please respond or we will fire again.
He responds. He says, I don't have anything to say to you. I'm as good as dead anyways.
All right then. Beep.
Is he like
Yeah.
limping away from us now, or does he look like he's coming back around?
You haven't had enough time to tell yet, but yeah, it looks like he's like turned away at least for now.
Do I still have him in my sights?
No, the ship needs to turn some more
Damn it.
to get him back in there.
Let's shoot him
Remember,
down. We don't
You're
want him
currently
talking.
just like sliding backwards, you know.
My character would say, let's shoot him down. No, we don't want him talking.
What do you mean talking? What's he gonna say?
Hey, man, he could come back for revenge.
If you destroy the entire ship, then we can't loot it after.
That's
All right, we'll make a game out of it. We'll turn the ship around and swing him into your sights. And if you can hit him as we're turning around to get back on course, he's all yours.
bingo. I like that one.
All right, so the ship's going, and you begin like make a turn to like get back on course, and it comes into your sights. Cole, give me a roll. And this one can't be forceful. If you want
Okay.
to line this up.
Do you want me?
You gotta give me a like a careful, I think, for this.
Oh,
Okay, I got a
Well,
+1 to
precision.
that. Big money.
I'm here too, so.
Oh,
probably
that's
roll
a
two.
+2 +1. That's a 3.
Oh, nice. All right, and what do you got there, Fishy?
What's that?
That's a 0
Oh,
plus 0.
Whatever. It's something. It's not negative, at least.
Yeah, it's a 1, I think. So yeah, I mean that's enough to hit him. And one more shot, and you blow it up, and you see yeah, I mean the ship goes up into pieces, but a good bit of the back half of the ship is intact. This is like a small one-man ship, but you think there might be some useful salvage on it.
If I wasn't a one-man ship, I'd load all the booze I can. Maybe this guy does the same.
Now keep in mind, salvaging things is not the easiest in space. You don't have a tractor beam or like a force field that keeps the air in but lets things go in and out. So you'd have to vent out the air in the cargo bay, have somebody in a space suit with a rope
Yeah.
go out there and pull it back in, essentially.
Or we could have a robot do it.
Yeah.
Or a robot, yeah.
I'll
Send out
be-
the robot.
I'll be
I
Claw.
vote robot.
I'll be a Claw.
Playing the,
How's our schedule looking? Are we ahead of schedule right now? Do we have time to do this?
You're on schedule currently.
If we were to do this, would we like be behind schedule or something?
You wouldn't be behind schedule, but I mean, you're making good speed right now.
Yeah, it's probably better if we just.
We just not fuck around with this guy.
Let's just.
We could get it on the way back.
All
I
right.
mean,
If we can find it in the vacuum of space, yeah.
I mean, we could.
I
I will
see.
make a note of it. The coordinates on my scanner.
Yeah, we have
Sure.
space
Yeah.
maps.
inertia. And someone else can salvage it by the time we come back.
Yeah,
Get some
well.
extra profit on the way back. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, you end up getting back on course, and you head back towards the planet. A little shaken up from the encounter, but it's nothing new. There are pirates every so often, and this one didn't seem to have much teeth to it. So,
Hoo-wee.
Yeah, you make your way the rest of the way, and it's fairly easy. But as you approach the planet, you remember that somebody has to go down there. You either have to entrust it to your robot, or one of you has to get into a spacesuit and risk contamination by plague.
Or we could send the robot and somebody in a spacesuit.
Yeah, I suppose you could do that too. Yeah.
I'm not the best with words, unless they're mean and shouty.
I can do a little bit of-
Volunteers? Anyone?
I can do a little bit of chippa chappa. I'm British now. I'm a
Yeah,
robot.
right.
Hey, man. A side effect of this depression also changes up my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll go down if nobody else is feeling adventurous enough.
Wow.
I
so
mean, there's no need. It should be fairly easy. Robot just has to you land the ship,
yeah.
get everyone out of the cargo bay,
I walk
except
out
for the
there.
robot. Yeah.
You bring the package to them, gets paid. That's
Well,
it.
actually, you don't get paid. You just bring the
Oh,
package
right.
to them and sign for it.
We sign for
that-
it, and then we get paid when we get
When
back
you
home.
get, when you get back to the Fargo traders, then you get paid.
It'll be
For some
spent
reason,
somewhere.
I don't exactly trust the robot. He was begrudging me a bottle or two of beer earlier, so
Yeah, I'll go outside. I'm the captain. I should do the negotiation.
yeah. But if you die, then who's gonna fly the ship?
I'm sure you'll manage.
Yeah, let's head out. Let's head out, Otto.
Yeah, sure. So, Otto, you suit up in the one spacesuit that you guys have on the ship.
We should really get more of these things.
We'll have enough to buy some more.
Wait, what happens if we depressurize?
As long as y'all are not in the cargo.
We have a
cab.
death match, a PvP inside the ship.
Well, I think it's clear that the captain gets it, because otherwise, who's gonna pilot the ship, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that
right.
was your argument earlier.
Isn't it the captain's
I'm
job
gonna
to go
take
down?
out a tablet and add spacesuits to the shopping list.
Yeah, just I don't know, hang on your rooms.
Next time, we shouldn't buy beer. We should buy. we should buy spacesuits. That's a good idea.
Hey, just because you guys have to be so fleshy doesn't mean I have to.
See, as you descend into the planet to land the ship, you can't help but marvel at the natural beauty of the place. For most of you, you've probably, except for maybe the Squidonian, you've probably never seen such like lush, like perfect nature and such a wonderful environment. Usually the planets that are terraformed out here in the rim have been done so to like the lowest minimum needed for human life to be supported. This place is it's more than needed. It's really, they've almost got a Garden of Eden here. Unfortunately, most of the cities are ghost towns,
Huh.
and most of them have been abandoned. All the people sort of congregating in one city to try and focus their efforts on rebuilding.
Simple.
But yeah, so that's the one that you land nearby, in an old abandoned parking lot, and yeah, you vent out all of the air from the cargo bay. You and the robot stand as the doors open. And again, like I say, I can't emphasize enough, this place is really great. Even the city work is just, like, you could tell that the people were inspired by the natural beauty of the place, and they made a very nice looking settlement.
I guess I'd be hovering
Too
over
bad
this.
they got hit by the plague.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really unfortunate for them.
What is this place
What?
called? If there's a name for it.
I'm gonna call it the, wait, let's see here. What is it? The Corrales? The Corrales play.
Corrales?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. I'll go with that.
I'd be hovering over the scanner instead of the weapons because,
Yeah,
You mean
yeah.
you're not about to blast our way out of this situation?
I know.
Hey, I mean, you need to be able to see what's about to shoot you, right?
Yeah,
Alright.
you step out of the ship and you were kind of expecting someone to be there, but there's nobody immediately around. So you sort of take a few steps out onto the planet's surface, sort of walk a bit forward, looking around to see if maybe you can spot somebody coming. And it isn't long before a car rounds the corner. I wouldn't say it looks like a modern car. It's like some weird version of car. Rounds the corner and pulls up, and a young lady pops out. She's in like an ill-fitting suit, like a suit dress thing, pantsuit. I don't know what you call it.
Yes. Nice. Let's just say it's a.
Not a hazmat suit?
Is she local?
No, the people. Yeah, she's a local.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Oh,
So
right,
yeah,
you said
she don't.
built up an immunity.
She don't need it.
Yeah,
Hazmat.
and so by her age, you would imagine she was just a little kid when the plague happened, maybe even born after it. Who knows? But yeah, she's very young. That's the main thing you notice about her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It took me so long to get here."
I'm starting to wonder if I had the right place.
Oh no, you have the right place. Hi. No, I'm interim government chairperson, Elizabeth. Very nice to do business with you. Thank you very much for the shipment of equipment. Oh,
No problem, just doing my job. Interim government chairperson Elizabeth.
Why do you sound so out of breath?
she's like, oh, well, it's nothing. Well, I'm just a little absent-minded sometimes. I just kind of forgot about the meeting. And anyhow, thank you very much, and we here at let's see here. Sorry, what was the name of the?
Wait,
We here the
Malondon.
the Malondon interim government would like to thank you very much for doing business with us. There, that's the right thing. So, oh, that's right. And she like pulls out a clipboard with paper and says like, oh, I need you to sign this here.
Like actual paper.
Yeah.
Wow, that's archaic.
We
I didn't
signed-
think
we
that-
signed a
Myself,
paper
Don't say that out loud.
We signed a paper contract for this job, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but
Oh, we
like,
did?
Yeah.
yeah.
how did they get trees over there?
There's, like I said, it's beautiful nature here. It's
Oh,
it's
right.
pristine. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. I guess I'll sign my receipt of delivery here.
Okay, go ahead, Captain.
Yeah, no problem. And she's like, "Oh, thank you, thank you. Again, thank you so much." And she like loads up the things like into her Jeep. She's like, "Oh, kind of expected it to be heavier." um, uh, you you need something else from me? She like stops and looks at you.
Not far as I know.
You have any
I'm
beer?
free to head home and get paid.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, I thought maybe I had forgotten something. All right, thank you. And she like quickly like hurries into the car and like closes it up and zooms off into the distance.
All right.
Oh, what a lady.
That was something.
Captain,
Let's
we're
head
gonna
back inside before I catch the turbo cancer.
Alright.
we're gonna need to wash you down before you get in here.
That's what
Sanitize.
the airlock is for.
Yeah, really.
No,
Well, and
it
the
is
spacesuit.
actually. You get into the airlock, it closes, and you basically Cole, from the outside, you just press a button that starts like a sanitation process.
Yay!
You're just gonna get hoses and spray them down.
And it's basically, it does it with like high powered like lasers and shit, and like imperceptible to you, but it stings a bit. It burns off basically like the outer layer of skin on you. And for like equipment and suits, like like a micrometer thin layer out on the outside of it.
Oh, my game
Oh.
crashed.
We lost
Oh, no.
two players.
That's not good.
My game crashed.
It's okay. We're nearly rounded up for this. You start heading on the way back, but you remember that you've marked the location of the wreckage. What would you like to do? Your delivery contract is done, so technically it's not like it's delaying anything, except for your payday.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Let's check it
Yeah.
out.
You guys want to check it out? We'll check it out.
Cool. Yeah.
I
Make
find
your
like
way-
a right.
Set course for the wreckage of the man we murdered earlier.
Yeah, so we can scavenge like the little bit of metal and like ammo he had on him.
It's a little bit out of the way, but you you make your way
Pirate,
back
might
there.
have had something.
Yeah.
And you send out the robot on a tether to pick up this wreckage. So robot, I need you to do me a roll.
Yes.
How do you go about getting this wreckage?
Oh wait, am I inside of it?
No, it's, like,
you're
blown
attached to a
apart.
line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I go in through. What? I go in through the torn open hole.
There's let me
What?
put it this way. There is no in the ship.
Oh.
Think of it like a motorcycle, and the front half is gone,
Oh, okay.
except for a
Oh
bit
wow, that
bigger.
is pretty small.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's more like the size of the back end of a car, but still. Yeah.
Right. I just kind of use all my limbs to grab it like a claw game, and then they pull me in.
All right. I guess I would accept then, like, clever or
Yeah, let's try.
bold.
Try. Let's see what I get. Got a negative
Negative what?
1.
Is negative one? All right. So you bounce off of it, and it's now like floating a bit further away from you. So you have to like tug on the line and get people to like extend you out further. The line's only so long though, so if you fail too many times,
Oof. Okay, so I try again.
you'll have to like line everything up again. Yeah.
All right, one more.
Ooh, okay.
Well, it's gone.
What'd you get this time?
-3, or yeah, I don't know. What are the ones with the black? Does that count as 2?
Basically, the minus.
They just have
Yeah.
like really bad shaders on them or
Oh,
something.
okay. Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah.
Alright, that makes
Technically,
sense.
it's all the same color.
Gotcha. So yeah, I got a
Yeah.
-3.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Maybe you should try a different approach.
Well, I was gonna say actually for a -3, you actually
I push it into further space.
you get tangled in it. Like your tether is caught on it, and you're like the rope is hung around it, but you're floating off to the side of it.
Wait, can we pull it in?
You might could, but you know it's wrapped around jagged metal, and you might break the tether.
Oh.
We're gonna have to
Hmm.
send someone out there for him.
What? No, don't worry about it. I'll be fine. Just pull it in.
Yeah.
If it-
So give me a roll to carefully pull in this tether.
oh
Whoever's
god,
manning the
Oh,
wind.
who's
Yeah.
carefully pulling him together?
who's the most careful?
L. By the looks of it, or maybe Jason too.
Who am I
Have a
careful
clue.
is?
Can we double pull in the tether?
One of you could make an advantage for the other. Like, so both of you could roll and you could give like a +1 to the other person trying.
Woo! I got a +1.
Nice, nice.
Took off my
L.
headset. It was getting hot.
I got, I think, a -1.
Alright, perfect. That neutralizes it out. You're pulling it in, and you manage to like just about pull it into like the opening of the cargo bay when the winch breaks. You manage to shut the door and keep everything inside so nobody goes flying off into space, but your winch is broken now. You're gonna have to get that repaired or replaced.
Great. Not a thing around here for me to fix.
Oh, you can fix the winch. Well, if you can fix me, fix anything, right?
Yeah, pretty much. If it's mechanical, I feel like I have a pretty good shot at it.
Yeah, you're a mechanic guy.
So what did we
Um,
pull in?
So it's the back end of this ship. It has a couple of thrusters and things on it that look like they're not too badly damaged. Like maybe you could use for other things or just sell as, you know, spare
Salvage.
parts. But more interestingly, the black box is in this part of the ship.
Ooh.
Plug that bad
So,
boy in. Let's
What's a
hear.
black
What
box?
could have happened here, guys?
Let's hear the last mixtape of this guy's life.
Oh.
So you who's gonna do the operation? Who wants to try and
Computer
get the
guy.
information out of it?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Jesus,
Oh, God.
James.
James just died. That was his computer falling on him. That was the last thing he ever said. Oh fuck. Don't let that be true. I was joking.
He's dead.
Shit.
You killed him.
James, come back to us.
Oh, he's muted now too.
Don't
I think
go into the light.
he probably knocked over one of his VR poles.
Oh, that could be it.
Okay, I'm good.
Did you knock
Alright.
over one of your VR
Okay.
poles?
No, I knocked over the chair.
Ah, okay.
I almost hit my switch.
So yeah, who's doing the data decoding?
Yeah, who's the data person?
Aren't you?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a mechanic. I don't do software.
Oh my
I
god.
can. We're literally plugging a thing into a thing.
How hard could that be? Yeah, really.
Well, it's gonna be encrypted.
Oh, yes, right.
Oh.
Ugh.
So I have to be clever about it, you would say.
You would
Um,
need to know what you're doing.
Or I could be forceful.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could be forceful on it.
I give you that if you did it forcefully, you could get information out, but you'll lose some of the information too.
See, I have a 3 in clever, so I'm just gonna plug it in and see what happens.
Yeah, all right.
Now, wow, I got a -1, guys.
Oof.
So that's a 2. That's still a success, actually, in the
No,
way that this
no,
works.
I already added them up with my +3 clever and these -4 dice rolls. That is
Oh
my
insane.
God. -4. Yeah, it's
So
like
you
a.
got, so you got a
You got a-
-1 then?
Yes,
Oh man, that's a poor result.
Ooh.
I'm aware. This is what happens when y'all try and make me roll dice.
So yeah, you just fail. You can't make it work, man.
I
Plug
can't
it
figure
in,
this
it's
out
like
if somebody else wants to
invalid
give
format, and you're just like, I don't know.
I'm a hardware
Well,
guy.
none of us can figure it out. Maybe somebody back
I
at
wonder-
Fargo headquarters.
Well, I guess we
Oh.
could do that, but I can also try and like interface it with my cybernetics or something like
Can I
that.
just plug it into me?
Oh,
You're
yeah?
gonna plug it into your brain? That I want to see.
You wanna use an aspect to make that happen there, Cole?
Yeah, why not? Because I have a lot of fate points,
Cybernetic
right?
implants.
Yeah.
Okay, so I use my cybernetic enhancements to see if I can't view it.
Wait,
in
how do I
some
acquire
fashion.
fate points?
So, well, you already
Uh,
have fate points.
You get actually 3 per session, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I did not know.
So,
I took your fate point.
okay,
You already have your.
okay.
Oh, I started messing with the wrong thing. I think.
Give me that roll.
So how would this roll? Like, what do I
So
add
you-
to it?
You get a +2 from using your aspect, from invoking your aspect. So, yeah, and then whatever approach you use on it.
Okay, I'll do clever.
Just jam the thing into your skull forcefully.
-1 +2 +2. So, the 3.
Yeah, that's a good level of
I bet the
success, actually.
electronic. What's going on?
Good is enough
4
to
tiers
succeed.
better on the ladder than I had.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Good is enough to succeed, but not succeed with style. And yeah, you open it up and you unlock it. Some of the information is still too encrypted for you, but you've unlocked most of it, and you find basically like a flight path that like you can see that this is where the pirate came from, and where he went after. Sorry, where he went before he had that transmission. Transmissions are all in there as well. You have like the audio log of that, and you find out a little bit more of the transmissions that you didn't catch before you got there. That he's actually working with a WT guy to sabotage your trade missions.
Us
Maybe.
specifically, or the company?
The company, but you
Okay.
specifically on this
Yeah,
mission.
Yeah.
we took the job.
We might get some money for this information. They could probably
so?
use it somehow.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
think
it's in your
also
brain,
you
haven't
have the
told us anything.
coordinates.
What is it?
So what'd you
You-
find out?
Oh,
You think-
Bump
wait,
us up a
wait,
little
one
on
more.
favorite.
Oh.
let's quiet down.
One more. Yeah, I think you also have the coordinates for where you think he met the guy, and also a scan of the ship that he met with, which unfortunately you don't have like the ID number or anything from it, but it's like it's a pretty fancy looking ship. Whoever this was had shit tons of money.
Man, they should have hired a
It's like-
better. They
It's
should have.
basically like a luxury limousine of space, you know?
Yeah.
So basically, WT hired an assassin to come and kill us, so the Fargo people would get fucked over. But we killed him, and yeah, we could probably get some money for this scan data though.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Maybe we can even talk good old Jarvan into some hazard pay.
What you reckon they're gonna do with that?
Well, I mean, they could probably do some more detective work on the black box, because it's not like I destroyed the data in the process of extracting it, correct?
No, you still, the data is still there. If you had failed too badly, it would have been lost, but nobody did, so it's all good.
Okay, so
I almost did.
good thing your modifier saved you.
I
Yeah,
would
really.
recommend returning as quickly as possible because there might be more out there.
Yes,
Yeah, no.
yeah, I agree with
agree.
that.
If they realize their first assassin died, then they might send out more.
Let's get
Honestly,
out of here.
if they had so much damn money, they should have bought a better assassin.
So yeah, you change course for oh, how have I forgotten the main planet? Pisano, and yeah, and you start making your way there. You'll be there in just under 2 days, at this distance.
And maybe if you guys are interested, we can talk old Jarvan into letting us investigate this.
Mhm.
It'll be all up to you guys. You'll have to decide what you guys want to do moving forward here. You
Yep.
can always
I mean,
get some
we
more
have
jobs.
2 days of ship travel, so
It all depends whether or not if Jarvis wants to pay us for it. If we'll be more expensive than another.
oh yeah, I ain't doing that for free.
In fact, I think this actually, I was going to do another bit, but I realized that ends on a really kind of shitty note. So I'm going to say this, we'll call it an end here for the session. And we will pick back up when you guys are approaching planet Pisano.
All right.
So we're going to save everything, so just everybody keep your stuff in order. Mess with anything for a moment while I state it.
What? Hello?
Alright, cool. All saved.
It's all good, man.
But yeah, I think that should do it, and we will, yeah, I think that gives us a good note to pick back up on. You have a bit of a point of intrigue to get into right when we start off next session.
Nice.
So what do you guys think so far? I know we didn't do much like combat and roles, but
We're starting off slow. I mean, even though our characters are supposed to know each other, we kind of have to get to know each other as characters.
Yep.
oh yeah, I know.
It's the
Session
typical
one's always a
awkward
bit
first
slow.
session.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I like
feel
the
like things
system
are
so far though.
Yeah, I think things were warming up pretty good towards the end. You guys started to fall a little bit more into your roles and such. Started to realize what the characters are, so we could like do a little bit of banter here and there. That's good.
Yeah. Who was the idiot that put me in charge?
Well, me and you.
I'm like second only to Cole when it comes to indecision.
I think everybody else just said not it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, nose goes.
Cole offered, and I was like, I don't know, Cole.
Yeah, the last time I played a captain was really bad. So.
I mean, the only way to get better is practice, but
Yeah, fair enough. But you know.
Have you destroyed our engines? Is that what's happening?
Destroying everything.
Wow.
I will say, I am a bit too inquisitive to be a jarhead. You know.
yeah, maybe you should yeah, your guy isn't necessarily a jarhead. Remember, he's
Mhm.
doing this for one purpose, but that didn't have to be his life before this.
Mhm.
You know, like some of that person's.
He's a
probably still
voluntary
kicking around there.
jarhead. He knows what he is.
Yeah.
How much damage does the ship have to take before we all like explode?
Well, I have a
So-
feeling that it's like modular.
Yeah. If ever, so the engines and the weapons are split into two parts. If ever one of these is full, one of the engines is down.
Yeah.
With the cargo, with everything else, basically, if they get full damage, the area is like open to space and fucked up entirely.
Gotcha.
The only one that works a little different is habitation, where like each one of these boxes is 2 rooms of like bedrooms essentially.
Oh no.
So yeah, those'll get pretty wrecked.
Better tape my gun to the wall a little bit better.
I feel like somebody else should know how to fly the ship.
I
at
probably
least
know how to fly.
competently.
I
You can program
probably,
me to do that.
I probably know how to fly the ship too.
I'll be like Rob.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
stick
you've
with
probably
my.
got a
Whenever
decent
things start
autopilot.
blowing up, I might need to leave to go fix them. So
Yeah, true enough.
All
The
right.
ship has an autopilot as far as like taking you from star to star, but it has no autopilot in terms of landing and other things like that.
yeah, but like if we're in combat and the guns are down, right?
Yeah, then somebody could hit the autopilot.
Somebody should probably jump on the wheel while I go try and deal with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can probably do it because, guns, cars, they're basically the same thing. Spaceships, easy peasy.
Yeah, flying is easy. It's landing that's the hard part.
Hmm. It's that, and then just knowing like the limits of the ship, like you can't just turn up the engines past like a certain amount and shit like that unless you know what you're doing.
All right.
Yeah, these
Sorry if that
aftermarket
felt a
guns
little
I
short.
installed on the ship came in handy.
Yeah, yeah. They've proven themselves once again.
They probably, honestly, just weren't expecting us to be that armed.
Yeah, have two fucking nut jobs on the ship ready to shoot anything that moves threateningly.
I mean, from what I remember when we talked about it, this is like a very well-armed ship for the class of ship it actually is.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
we slapped the guns on it.
It's
Yeah,
got more than
yeah.
it should have.
It does, and that along with the fact that he clearly wasn't that good of a mercenary, so he probably came pretty cheap.
Also, yeah, he was like tutorial enemy.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome to the tutorial. In combat, you'll have encounters where you may want to do a maneuver. We call these challenges.
The old turn and burn. I coined that one.
Yeah, so we have at least one maneuver under our belts for the ship now.
Turn and burn.
It's a
Gonna
good
have to
was-
make
thing.
note of that too. I like that.
We have note cards. Next time I'll try to remember to put one down next to the ship so that we can add like the maneuvers. They'll be like stunts that the ship can do.
So what is the name of the planet again? It's
Postano.
Posano. And Halcyon and Melandon.
Yeah. I hope you like the names alright. I have a
They're not bad.
planet name generator that I use for these. I made it myself. I did all the programming and everything.
I'm
These
just
damage tokens are just floating.
Yep, I got unlocked.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
It's intentional.
Yeah.
So I can like unlock the one on the top and I'll just sit there.
Oh man. Phew. Alright,
I'm
well that
wondering
wasn't too
How
bad.
many I can unlock?
I was worried about how this would go, because I also haven't ever run Fate before, so
I
I
mean,
feel
it's pretty light on everything.
Yeah.
So
the rule book makes it seem way harder than it is. It honestly does a disservice to how easy the game is.
it's just D&D, Once you get once you get a feel
just
for the
RP.
system. Once you get a feel for the system, it's just like, okay, whatever, the rule book is just there for us to reference when we need to. Like, and
Yeah, yeah.
and because I can basically make a D&D character now pretty easy. It's just like, filling in blanks, knowing
Yeah,
where to
yeah.
look.
This is
True. I found myself making a character way too easy.
I don't know why. But this is how I like
Dang.
look at how my robot would look. Kind of edited, but I don't have artistic skill enough to change it. But that's how I generally
Oh,
think
nice.
it'll look
Yeah,
like.
I like that. That's sort of what I was imagining too.
So maybe with an actual like mouth area that goes up and
80s
down.
meat bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has
Colin.
like the flappy jaw thing,
Yeah, that's how he inserts his alcohol.
Insert alcohol.
I figured you just had a slot where you plugged in a bottle and went gluk 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 all the way down.
No, he has to drink it. He has to act like he's drinking it to get drunk.
He role plays it. You could.
Yeah.
Role plays being it. Oh man. All right. Cool.
Man, a bunch
Thank
of
you.
people trapped in a small location for weeks on end. They should start a D&D game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Should we have the D&D game that your characters play? Like if this goes on for like 100 sessions and we've been playing this forever,
And we get
At
so
some point-
tired of it.
we're gonna have a side episode.
Suburb-
like-
Suburbs and sedans.
Where we have to play characters in character.
Yeah, your character is playing a character in like a game that they found, on some world.
But you have to roleplay as your character.
Yeah,
Roleplay
as
as
your
someone
role-
else.
No, it's a true test of your role playing skills.
Yes.
You get too many layers deep in there, and then, God, just what even is life anymore? What is real? Yeah. All right. Thank you guys very much for coming. I'm gonna call it there and head off.
Yeah, we're gonna
Alright,
be.
sounds
The
good.
next time we're meeting is the Friday after next.
Okay.
The
Next
Friday
week
after next.
On Friday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not
'Cause
this Friday.
We're meeting on Wednesday this week because Friday this week doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then Friday
So
next
the 9th.
week.
Friday the 9th.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
All right. Good stuff. See you all next time, I guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man. Thank you all for coming. This should be fun.
All right. Oh wait, I should probably stop recording now.
I mean, I stopped streaming, so